Hi guys, this is Connie again from CFit Studio. Getting back to you about our Kicking COVID Circle of Influence series. We are still tying up our clearing topic, and we want to talk about inflammation, more specifically dietary triggers of inflammation. And inflammation is a lot of different things, but overall, it is a healing response to some type of insult or injury to our bodies. And it's designed to come in quick, do its job, and get out. And when that doesn't happen and we have long-term or chronic inflammation, then that sets the stage for other issues to arise. Many of them might be things like autoimmune diseases that you might be familiar with. Some things might not be so apparent. Usually we have signals along the way, and then it builds into something that we can actually put a diagnosis to. However, just trying to help ourselves out, give our bodies as much what I want to say, room for success through all of the stress that we're dealing with. Things we can do to help ourselves in our dietary realm would be to eliminate certain food groups. And I'm not suggesting that they would be easy by any means. In the long run, overall, it's going to benefit us, but just you be a judge of yourself to see if it's going to cause more stress than maybe benefit. But the first thing would be like gluten. Even if you're not a celiac, gluten can cause issues that maybe are undetected in us right away. So there is something called non-celiac gluten sensitivity. And so there can be damage going on that we really don't know about. And then long after a while, we end up with, again, some kind of disease that we can put a name onto it, when in reality, gluten was part of that whole equation. So if you can, try and eliminate your gluten. It's not going to be easy. You may not feel immediately better, and some people also could start to notice a difference in just a couple weeks. And then that brings us to dairy. Dairy, if you're lactose intolerant, you typically will know that pretty soon because you don't feel good soon after ingesting it. So that's kind of a no-brainer. It's like, oh, this must not be good for me. My body's trying to tell me. And then there's a couple other components, because dairy is kind of tricky. It has casein and whey protein, so those also may not necessarily be easily digested or tolerated by you, so we'll remove those. So anything in question, we're just kind of taking it out. Then we've got our refined sugar. In that category would be your high fructose corn syrup, which I think you're seen a lot of, and there's been controversy over, but yes, high fructose corn syrup is bad stuff. The only organ that can process it is your liver. Our liver is our detoxing organ, and if it's already got a lot to do, we do not need to bring in something that taxes it even more so. Sugar will suppress our immune system. It can cause brain inflammation, then lead to depression. It can upset our gut flora, which is also depression and immune suppressing. There's no nutrients whatsoever, and so it's actually mineral depleting. In order to process the sugar, we have to put in other minerals and things that go to make it break down and be able to get eliminated through our body, so just to process it. Then we have alcohol. Alcohol is considered a toxin, so when that comes in, the body kind of stops all of its other processes outside of the very pertinent ones, but such as fat burning, things like that, to go and start to work on or address the toxin or poison that it detects in your body. So that will also tax your liver. And then we have processed foods. So those are generally full of different chemicals, preservatives. Even the packaging can have some kind of preservative in it. Those things that go into making it shelf stable, food colorings, flavor additives, things like that. There's not really a lot of nutrition in those packaged foods. As tempting as it might be to kind of stock up on that because it could be shelf stable, things like that, if you can avoid it, try. A little might be okay to get by on, but don't make it your staple. And then we're getting back to just our body systems. If you already know for sure that you have an allergy and some kind of sensitivity or intolerance, it's even more imperative that you stick to a clean diet, because we do not need to be inflicting more insult and injury to our immune system. We want to keep it beefed up and ready to fight anything that we might encounter. So I hope this helps. It might be a little daunting to take on all at once in your brain, but we are here to help you. There are steps you can start with. You can't do it all at once, that's for sure. But we're here, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video on clearing stress and anxiety. Talk to you soon.